Mr. Electric of Amarillo is a locally owned and operated company offering an impressive range of services. We work hard to ensure your electrical system is current, up to code, and safe. Whether it's an installation, repair, or upgrade, we have solutions for your Amarillo and Canyon area homes and businesses. We always pay close attention to detail to finish jobs promptly and correctly. When you're ready to invest in your home improvements, choose to work with an electrician in Amarillo and give Nathan Bixel and his team a call at 806-374-0414.
Well, good evening, Falcons fans. Welcome to Tulia, Texas, where you join us for our Mr. Electric pregame show. We're in a district matchup here with the Bushland Falcons going against the Tulia Hornets. I am joined here with my brother as Mark Boyette is in Stinnett tonight watching the Lady Falcons take on the Dalhart Lady Wolves in a fight for position for playoff. So, Josh, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to Tulia.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, let's set up for you kind of where we're at this season, how we got here.
Yeah. Walk me through because I've definitely been out of the loop for a hot minute.
So to start this year, you knew coming into the season you were going to have one injury with Jackson Lawler being out. He got injured in the playoff game during football season.
Okay.
So coming into this year, you knew you were down one person, and then within the first handful of games, Cage Snyder goes down with injury, season-ending injuries. So now you lost your two biggest players to season-ending injuries. With that, we saw the Slade Adams be called up, the freshman, up to varsity.
Okay.
And had a kind of rough start to the season with tournament play, going up against some really good schools, but
Sure.
this team is trying to figure out a new identity. So coming to district play with a losing record, they lose their first game in Canadian.
Okay.
Very close contested game. Come back and really have a important game in Dalhart following that. And at that point, we saw the team really come together as a cohesive unit.
Right.
And since that time, since that Dalhart game, they've only lost one other game, and that was to Childress in Childress, a chance of redemption on Tuesday night in Bushland at the Nest. But with their play in district, what we have right now is that the Bushland Falcons are in sole possession of first place in the district.
After starting 0-2 for the season.
After starting 0-1 in district play.
Okay.
What happened Tuesday was the Falcons came in, took care of business. If you remember last week, they had two home games against Canadian and then Dalhart. They won both of those games.
Big games.
Big games. And then Tuesday night, Canadian went into Dalhart and beat Dalhart.
Oh, man. So tightly contested.
Tightly contested, but now Bushland has sole possession, and if they win here tonight, they lock up first place for the district going into playoffs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So really important opportunity, good chance for the Falcons to come in and just take care of business, get the job done, and lock in first place for playoffs.
Well, to be able to do that with really only 8 players that are active on the roster, that's incredible.
8 active players on the roster. So really just creates this need for you can't get into foul trouble.
Right.
You basically have one reserve. You have one guard reserve, one kind of forward swing wing spot, and then one big in reserve. So
yeah, man, the stress of getting into foul trouble if that happens. That's huge for them.
Not a whole lot of margin for error. And then a really good thing that we saw Tuesday night was the shots really started falling, not just for one Falcon, but for the entire team.
Oh, good.
It was their best shooting percentage of the night in a win against River Road.
Okay.
So just really hoping to see some more of that. Hopefully they keep hitting that as we go into playoffs, because this is going to be a really tough first round.
Sure,
regardless of who you play. As it stands right now, we're looking at playing Littlefield. First round.
Okay. Littlefield usually always has a pretty decent team.
Coming out of District 2, that district is full of teams that can shoot, teams that love to play basketball. So,
absolutely.
Even if you get first place, you don't want to look past the first round.
Sure, absolutely. Every round, especially in the playoffs, is important as you walking down that road to the championship and everything. But yeah, that's a tough draw for District 1 for sure.
It is. But with how they've been playing over the last couple of weeks, you really have a sense that this team can do something special. They're coming together as one unit. any night, any player could go off. We've
Sure.
had games where Jenner goes off for 20 plus, Tripp goes off for 20 plus, and then Tuesday night it was Jenner and Tag going off, and
Yeah.
then you have a game, the Canadian game, where Holt Humphrey hits 3 big 3-pointers, including
wow.
the game winner with 7 seconds left.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, it seems
So-
that like they're catching fire at exactly the right time, and you hear that across all sports. You want to catch fire near the end of the season, right as you're about to head into the playoffs, and so that's good news for the Falcons, especially as we're getting ready to finish up the season and head into postseason play.
Absolutely. The Falcons have 2 games left. They have tonight against Tulia.
Okay.
We're in Tulia, and then Tuesday night it's the season finale against Childress in Bushland.
In Bushland. All right.
So, like I said earlier, chance to because that was they lost that game by 4 points.
Sure.
So
Tight game,
chance
tight
to
game.
they lost that game by 4 points.
Sure.
So
Tight
chance
game, tight
to
game.
yes. A little update for y'all. Falcons game. There's 2 streams going right now. One for the Lady Falcons and one for the Bushland Falcons. I saw was in the second period. So if Lady Falcons want to have first place going into the playoffs, they need to start a comeback, and Dalhart